Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina. I'm living in Izmir and in Turkey for already 5 years, and I met a new friend. This is Jenny. She's living in Turkey also for about how many? 3 years.
No, it's my 5th year actually here.
Oh my god.
Surprise!
I didn't know, honestly. I prepared some interesting questions. I hope you're gonna like it, and let's get started. Question number
I'm already blushing.
Question number 1. What did you make to choose Izmir and not Istanbul? Because I know you've been living in Istanbul for a long time and now you're here. What are your feelings about Izmir and Istanbul in general?
So Istanbul is in my heart forever. I love this city. It's amazing. It's history, it's architecture, it's culture, it's everything. The vibes are amazing. But there is no swimmable and clean sea there. Unfortunately, there is Black Sea, there is Marmara Sea, there is Bosphorus, of course. They are very beautiful, but for swimming they are not so great, and I guess living in Turkey made me spoiled. My expectations are a bit high now from the sea. So yeah, last year I had to change my job, and when I was searching for a new job I thought, maybe I could move somewhere closer to the Mediterranean or Asian Sea. And then I remember that I actually went to Izmir 2 years ago and I liked it, and especially Çeşme and Alaçatı. So yeah, and I thought, why not? I can just check the job offers here, and I found a job. I moved here and it's been almost 6 months since I moved here.
And how is it going? Do you miss Istanbul? Do you want to come back?
I actually enjoy living in Izmir. I like the vibes here. It's very relaxed and it's so green in comparison to Istanbul. I really like it. I like the nature around Izmir too.
What about people? Do you see the difference between people in Istanbul and people in Izmir?
Well, first of all, Izmir is less crowded than Istanbul. There are less tourists here, but I have no problem with tourists actually. But I think that in general, people living by the coast, they are more chillaxed, let's put it like that. And people in Izmir are exactly more peaceful, more calm, more relaxed. And actually, Izmir is one of the most liberal cities in the whole country. So you can really feel it here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Istanbul also is very liberal. There are so many open-minded people.
Yeah, of course, there are a lot of people coming from all from all cultures, from all areas of the country itself. But there are some areas that are very conservative. So in Istanbul, it really depends on the area where you live. It can be either very conservative or very liberal or very tourist or just normal.
Yeah, I can agree. Next question is about language. Do you think you could survive in Turkey for a long time without learning Turkish?
I think that depends on what I would be doing here. So I know people who live here for a long time, like 10 years, and they don't speak Turkish. They speak just a little bit of Turkish and they survive here. So I think it is possible, but for me, I think it's just like my choice, and it's a question of my comfort to know the language of the country where I live, and also it's kind of respect to the country and to the culture. So when I moved here and when I realized that I'm going to stay here for a while, like not just for 1 month, then I started learning the language, and here I am. Now I work in Turkish, and yeah, it's going pretty well.
I love your answers. But do you remember we were talking about Turkish and you said I learned Turkish because I wanted to have arguments in Turkish because you have to protect your boundaries here.
Yeah, that is actually another motivation, but it's not the reason, but it's like cherry on top of the reasons why you need to learn Turkish. Because sometimes when you are a foreigner, people are trying to fool you. And to stand your ground, you really need to know Turkish. And also, there is another level to it. Sometimes people speak toxic Turkish to you. Like, they speak politely, but it's not actually polite. They are trying to hurt your feelings, and you need to know how to recognize it and how to protect yourself.
Wow, that's an interesting side. Next question is also about Turkish language. Are there any words you're catching yourself using even when you're talking in English or in Russian? For example, I also know some Turkish, and in my everyday life I'm speaking with my husband English, but I'm saying I'm going to throw out chop. Chop is garbage. Chop is in my everyday use. I cannot get away from it, and there are many things like tamam, other I cannot really remember now, but do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but no, I don't do that because I speak many languages during the day and I prefer not to mix it. Like if I speak English, I speak English. If I speak Turkish, I speak Turkish. If I speak Russian, I speak Russian. German, German. French, French, whatever. I prefer not to mix it.
Wow, you are very, you are very clever, because it's difficult. When you start mixing, you just cannot stop doing that.
Yeah, but actually I'm living this problem at work because, for example, I have one colleague, she is Turkish, but she was born and grew up in Germany. So when she speaks, she switches between Turkish and German in one sentence many times a day, and at the end of the day I'm just like going crazy. So I know how difficult it is, and I don't do that. Yeah, but she's native in both languages, so for her it's different.
That's interesting. Another question, what's one Turkish habit you've adopted without realizing it?
Well, to answer this question, I need to realize it, so let me think real quick. I think hugging and kissing people twice, not just once.
Yes, that's
Definitely
a good
that.
one.
Because normally in Russia we just like hug on one side, and in Turkey we do it twice, like that.
Also, in Russia, we do like this with the people we don't know. We hold the hand.
I also do that. Like with
Here.
people I don't know, of course, I'm not gonna let myself hug to some stranger. I hate it. I think like this is actually a very huge difference, cultural difference between Russia and Turkey, and like people feel like you're being rude, but you're not rude.
Yeah.
You're just not used to it. And for me, I don't like strangers touching me. So if I meet someone new, I just shake their hand, and then if we are friends, then we can hug each other.
Yeah, the same for me. I'm trying to shake someone's stranger's hand at the first place, because if I don't do this, they're gonna hug me, and I'm like, no, no, no.
But sometimes it happens like that. Like you try to get a handshake, and they grab your hand,
Yes.
and then they hug you, and you're like, it's suffocating.
We are cold people. I don't know. With the friends, we are really warm, but the strangers, who are you? Why should I hug you?
Yeah, I agree.
Even it's the same with my husband's colleagues, like the men 40 years old. Why should I make
Yeah, actually, with men, I never hug. Like, with men, I never ever hug. I'm talking about like people I even know, I don't hug them. Only if they're very close friends, then I can. But normally it's just with the girls. With the girls, I
Yeah.
have no problem.
I'm trying not to do this, but they are sometimes the friends of my husband. They are doing this with everyone, and I cannot stay still. Like I don't belong to this
No.
company.
I don't care. I don't care if they think that I'm a cold person. I just get a handshake. That's it. But some people can get offended.
One more habit, I'm getting late to the meeting sometimes on purpose, because I know it's not gonna start on time.
Yes, because if you come on time in Turkey, then you are early. And if you come 15 minutes later, you are on time.
And the last question, what's the hardest part of building a new life in a new country? Also, I know you have a cute dog with you, and you took him from Russia. So what was the hardest for you?
Well, what was the hardest for me? I think I adapted pretty quickly and pretty well. I'm flexible, but let me think. It's not that I miss Russian food too much, by the way. Like, I'm completely fine with Turkish food. I think like the biggest problem for me is that there is too much garbage on the streets. I hate it. And it's related to the problem with the dog, because my dog is trying to eat that garbage every time we go out. So I really hate that. So the cleanliness or uncleanliness of the streets, this is something I'm still not used to.
What about prices? Is it too much compared to Russia?
I actually don't compare the prices with Russia anymore because it's been a long time since I don't live there, and the prices there also changed, so it makes no sense to compare. What else? Maybe that you cannot order things from abroad in Turkey. That's what I
Yeah.
hate. Like, you cannot order cosmetics, or even if your friend sends you a parcel,
You cannot take it.
Yeah, you have to pay tax for it. So recently my friend sent me a parcel, and first try didn't go well because I didn't even receive a notification about it. The second time, for this parcel, I had to pay tax, and the tax would be higher than the price of the parcel
The
itself.
same. They didn't give me my parcel, and it went back to Russia, and my mom, she also couldn't take it because you need to pay the price of the delivery again, and it's very high, around $40. And inside this parcel was some homemade goods, like, it's very cheap. Some, I don't know, she sent me lapsha. Noodles. Okay, that was nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your honest and very detailed answer.
My
And
pleasure.
see you in the next video.